All right, if you wanted range, ALGS will give you range. Today we're talking favorites like TSM, independents like Season, and then we've got Rambo to take us into day 5. Before we jump into it, day 4 highlights, let's look at the top 5 plays. All right, number 5, TSM reps all alone between Complexity and NRG. Complexity trying to make this a 3v3 with NRG, but here they come, the cavalry over the top, picking up the scraps. NRG eventually come down to win this one. It was the only eventful finish for NRG. Number 4, going to the first game in the final circle. Team Liquid split between two teams. Go up to the skies to try and stay alive, but Season are gonna pick them down. Carasino eventually get the win. Overall, a disappointing day for Liquid. That third place was their best finish. Next up, a 3v3 between Complexity and TSM. You bet on TSM in these scenarios, and you would be right. TSM not only pick up the win here in this scrap, but finish 11 points ahead of everybody else. Number 2, G2 up against BR Demons. Designful is the only one that's left after getting jumped. G2, a disappointing day. 0 points after the dust settled. Cloud9 trapped on the roof here trying to heal up. The number 1 play of the day, in my opinion. BR Demons taken to the skies, landing on the roof, and get the easy team wipe there. Great from BR Demons. They only finished in 12th on the day, but they made a couple of highlights along the way. Well, I knew it was just a matter of time before I talked about them again. Let's talk TSM. They absolutely dominated on day 4, finishing the night with 64 points. That's 15 points ahead of the next best team. But when you look at the details, it really was a tale of two halves for TSM. Starting off the first 3 maps, Storm points, 13.7 was their average placement. Didn't even finish in the top 10. But then the last 3 maps went over to World's Edge. 1.7 was their average placement. That's 1 first place finish and 2 second place finishes. And that's how you get 15 points ahead of the competition. TSM sit very comfortably at the top of the standings right now. They might only have one weakness, if you could even call it that. It's not Storm Point. They won that twice back on day 1. If anything, if they can pick together 6 consistent rounds throughout a match day, they really will be untouchable. Well, we've talked about the big brand. Now let's talk about some of the independent guys in the scene. Do you ever have a moment with your duo or your trio where they start playing without you and then all of a sudden they start winning? Well, that's never happened to me.
Walk out the door, you see someone that you know, and they ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Clearly, but it did happen to Xset. Back in July, the brand released Plain Kenny and Mr. Hakulo, and the trio decided to go at the ALGS anyway under the banner of Season. Now you know where I'm going with this. After grinding through the open qualifiers, they now make it here in the Pro League, sitting in 5th place in the standings. They're ahead of teams like NRG, like Cloud9, like Optic Gaming. Under Xset last season, they finished both splits in 17th and 18th place, and then at Champs finished in 24th. So you let me know who you think is winning this breakup. Before we look forward to day 5, let's take a look at the rest of the day 4 results. We already talked about your 1 and 2 TSM and Season. ESA, Complexity, and MPS round out your top 5. Team Liquid take a big hit in points after finishing in 7th. Furia's not doing themselves any favors. They finished in 17th, and G2, unfortunately for them, finished in dead last. In day 5, we'll get to see the likes of LG, 100 Thieves, Optic Gaming return to the field, amongst others, of course, who had to sit out during day 4. We'll also see the return of our current number 1, The Guard, and have them return to play. I caught up with Rambo on how they were feeling heading into the weekend. Firstly, man, how you doing, man?
Oh man, living the dream, dude. Couldn't be better, man. Life is good. Life is good.
That's what I love to hear. So you guys are number 1 right now. The Guards and New York, you guys are not, but is that where you guys expected to be coming into the season? I mean, how does this match up with what you were going for?
Oh, dude, absolutely. I mean, we had high expectations going into the year. With the addition of Keon, I felt like we really found like our missing piece to what like we were looking for. And yeah, man, I mean, we put in a lot of time and a lot of effort going into the year. So Yeah, man, you know, it is a BR, you know, I mean, you never really know what's gonna happen sometimes, you know. But yeah, man, I think first place is around where we expected, you know, in that top 3, top 5 range. But yeah, being number 1 is can't complain, can't complain.
I love the confidence there. Okay, so not just number one, but you also had 26 kills, which was the most at the end of day three, the first round of round robin. So that's when I think the stats matter more. Is those individual kills, are those something that the team is planning and running into, or are you guys just making the most of situations when they come up?
Yeah, I think we're doing like while our play style is like more of like a zone play style, I think we definitely look for kills in situations and try to play around like big damage outputs or like knocks and stuff and try to make plays off that. And yeah, I think I've been putting a lot of time in the game, man. Like my shot feels like it's the best it's ever been, and I feel like confident wise, I'm like the most confident I've ever been. So yeah, I think going into the year, we wanted to try to focus on getting more kills, something that we didn't do so much in the past. So it's been paying off big time.
Yeah, I would say it has been paying off. So you guys come back in day five here this weekend. Number one, not really anymore after day four, but really number one after everything kind of gets balanced out. Is that going to add extra pressure to you guys? How do you adjust with that target on your back now?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of teams take us more serious now and realize that, we're not just here to, play, we're here to win. I think if anything though, like being number one kind of takes like a little bit pressure off you because, you don't have that many days to play and time kind of runs out, as the days go by to qualify for land. So being in that first place range or, top three or whatever kind of relieves you like some pressure and allows you to like play with more ease, I feel like. It's actually really nice to have like a hot start. You definitely want to have a hot start over like a hot ending, I guess, because I mean, this game definitely takes years off your life. So, and your blood pressure goes through the roof at times. So, it's nice to be able to just kind of relax a little bit.
Which team's the biggest threat to you guys when you look at the field?
Yeah, man, I think TSM is playing unbelievable right now. I think their addition with Raven as their coach, I think they are just playing phenomenal right now, and bringing like that fuse like Horizon comp into the game, which is nobody's really running right now, and it's working out really well for them. So yeah, man, I mean, Hal has always been that dude, and he's leading them really well right now, and Evan and Jordan are playing really well. So yeah, man, I think they're probably like our biggest threat right now to compete for that first place position. So I'm excited, man. It's always good. Competition is a good thing, so and it only makes you better. So seeing them, do good even after day four, this past weekend, so gives us more motivation, to try to compete with the best.
Well, they're looking like a scary team, but you guys are looking good too. What are any words out there for the Guards fans, the Guardians? I guess I don't know what to call them, but
Yeah, man. I mean, we're gonna keep trying to put on a show for you guys and try to make you proud. That's our plan. Our plan is our goal is to not only make land, but we want to win the damn thing. So, yeah, just keep looking out for us. Keep rooting for us, and we'll make you proud.
thanks for your time, brother. Okay, that's going to do it for this episode of Outside the Ring. The ALGS returns this Sunday for Day 5. We'll also have our Atlanta premiere watch party this Sunday, like we do every Sunday on our Twitch channel. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. I'll see you next week.